Welcome to our Sunday evening meditation. It's nice to have you all here, and I've enjoyed our chat so far, the beginning. And I'm Juna.
Sabina.
And we're from Synergy in Motion, and we are offering a weekly energy forecast and meditation. So our theme this week, it's always based on the hexagram of the I Ching, and it's number 32 this week. And it's from October 14 to 19, I believe. So we've already been in it for a couple of days. And it is about duration and continuity. We also work with the gene keys and human design, and we really enjoyed Richard Rudd's interpretation of this particular hexagram. So largely what we'll be talking about tonight is from Richard Rudd and his beautiful work of the gene keys. So duration, continuity, it's all about preserving what's important to us, what's essential to us, and taking it forward into the future generations. And the underlying fear is the fear of failure. Okay, so that's an underlying fear that drives us to want to preserve for the future and to make sure everybody has what they need. Okay, so there's so much to it, and I'm just searching through what is important here. So maybe you can help me a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So when you look at the old days, right, survival was the main key, and when you were expelled of the clan, it meant usually certain death, right? So you had to fit in, you had to succeed in fitting in with everybody else, getting it right for everybody else, proving that you are valuable to the tribe, to the clan. And failing meant you had to leave, equals death. So that is really a fear deeply ingrained in our DNA. And even though we might be aware that that is so, it still runs us big time. Mm-hmm. The thing is that we don't live in clans usually in our culture, in the Western culture any longer, or even big families. So we kind of have transferred that fear into a different outer measurement, and like the seeking for success, avoiding fear drives us big time, and it's focused on the outside and doesn't really allow us to tune into what we actually know, because we always have to make sure that we survive first. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And Richard talks about this gene key. He talks about moving from a shadow to a gift to a siddhi, and the shadow is failure, the gift is preservation, and the siddhi, the highest form of this hexagram, is veneration, like this. You talk nicely about that, about veneration.
Yeah, veneration comes from actually Venus. So it's got the harmony and the love, and it's this deep respect and venerating one another. It's a word we don't really use that much, but it is really based in, honoring of the ancestors. This whole hexagram is looking at, loving, embracing, respecting our heritage, the ancestors, and like I said, there's this image of grafting something new onto the old rootstock that will take us into the future. And there's this beautiful story of this guy who just kept planting trees, and it's that idea of, we can take whatever is here, but when you have that future vision and you prepare for the future and you are taken care of so that there is a continuity. So that's a key word, continuity, endurance, duration. So it's here, it's all about for the long haul. And
what I also really love about the time that we're living in globally is that in the past we really had to fight for our survival on a big scale. That is shifting more and more to some extent for some of us. I mean, I'm very aware that it's still very present on the planet, but it's an energy that is moving out. And we can function then from awareness instead of having to preserve our life. And that's a glimpse that's starting that makes me hopeful for everyone on the planet. Because when that light starts to shine, and the more people who are able to listen to that internal awareness instead of that imprinted fear, the more there's a different way of being on the planet is able to be unfolding. That was an interesting sentence. So, and it takes courage because you have to meet that ancestral fear of failure. And one of the key elements that is so important is that you need to lose your fear of being afraid. Right?
So much like the box bones.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And that is like almost like the gateway. When you stop being afraid of the fear, something else opens up and you can access your awareness and don't have to be run by that unconscious, imprinted fear of failure, of death, ultimately, in that form.
Yeah, and another little piece is this whole like failure, success kind of paradigm that we wobble back and forth with, the fear of failure and the desire for success. I mean, what if that didn't have to exist in the way that it has been? And what if we can find what is essential to us rather than what is outwardly successful and measured by the standards of the world, so that we go inward and find out what is essential, what is worth preserving. And that's a question that we will send you in to this week. What is worth preserving in your world? Yeah? What is essential for you? And then success and failure is not even a relevant term anymore because there's so much judgment in it. And this is about finding and living what is true for you and your nature, your piece of the pie, that special piece that you bring to this world. And we need every piece of differentiation to make this world a whole world.
And that's the beauty of this. When you live true to you, you are naturally the biggest gift to the planet possible, and thus you will honor the ancestral ways and graft your individual unique branch onto those energies and live that and be the contribution that you can be, that you cannot be when you're ridden by that old fear. It's outdated. Delete it. Smile at it. When you meet that fear of failure, smile at it and thank your ancestors and say goodbye. Right? Know where it comes from. It's not current.
Yeah.
Okay?
And yet with that same deep respect and gratitude for the ancestors, and then there's a new energy moving. So it ensures the health and for the future of all of us.
Yeah, so. And that shift is required because with that shift we can not work as an individual clan in different clans against each other, with each other, etc., but one big planet together, right? When we don't function from that fear, we don't have to compete. There is no competition. There's just, okay, I'm being my gift, you being your gift, and together we're creating a world that is very different from what we have been living in.
And we can celebrate that, right? It's celebration.
And enjoy the beauty that unfolds with that.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Ready. So let's take that into a contemplative space.
Feel free to keep your cameras on or off, whatever's comfortable for you. Get comfortable in your body.
And allow your breath to deepen and to widen. And allow your body to be comfortable and relaxed. Allow any tension to just melt off. Gift your tension to the earth. Let it flow into the earth. That's a lot of energy, and the earth lovingly will transform it with you. And while your body is relaxing, allow yourself to come home to yourself, to that inner space that is sacred, that is you. And in this space of you, open your awareness and your heart to beauty. Remember something that is so beautiful that you saw in the last week, that it opens your heart. That's so beautiful that it brings you into reverence to all of creation, of life. And drink that beauty into your whole being and body. Let yourself be filled by that beauty. And even allow that energy of this beauty of life to overflow, to radiate through you out into the world. Become this big space radiating with the beauty of life in your unique way. By recalling that which you see as beautiful. Reflecting it into your space and out into the world. And allow your heart to be opened by this energy. And in this space, become aware and check in with yourself. Do you have the fear of failure? Is it present with you? Are you afraid of not having enough money? Of not having a status that values you? Your body being weak? Your relationship failing? You not meeting up with those standards that you put on yourself? And while you're in that energy of beauty, be aware of those fears as well. Lovingly hold them in that space of life and how it unfolds in all its beauty and perfection. You don't have to do anything about it. Just be grateful. And if you wish, allow your capacity to perceive beauty, the beauty of life, the beauty of generations unfolding, the beauty of living. Allow that energy to melt away your fear of failure, your fear of fear. And while you do that, while you be that, allow beauty to hold you. To support you. To flow through you. Allow your unique beauty to shine forth. And your mind might not know that or understand that, but you know it inside of you. And what if all of you is part of this beauty? Your genius, your flaws, your light, your dark sides, all of it is part of this amazing unfolding of life. And just for this moment in time, celebrate it. This complex being that you are, with all the colors. Wow. Amazing. Beautiful. And in this space of beauty, also become aware of the timeline of your past and your future, your last week and your next week, last month, next month. That flow of life that moves through time. From the ancestors to the next generations. And open yourself up to receive the gifts from those that came before, and add your unique beauty, your uniqueness, your individual piece of art to that as a gift for the next generations. Fill the river of life with your beauty. It doesn't matter whether that is a spark or fire. It is what it is. And in this flow of life through time, become aware of this present moment. You being part of that flow. Perfect unfolding of life in all its colors. And I invite you in the next week to add beauty to your life, to your timeline, to the world. To add beauty by observing, witnessing beauty, allowing the beauty that is to bring forth your own beauty. Thank you for being beautiful. Yes. Well, that went in a very different direction than I expected. But hey, I'm happy to be surprised.
That's great. So thank you, Sabina, and thank you for everyone for joining us tonight. And we wish you blessings on your week ahead. May it be a week of beauty and continuity and change. And yes, lots of love. So thank you and enjoy yourself. I'm so grateful that you're here, and we'll see you next week, same time.
And let us know about your adventures of beauty and what you discover.
Yeah. All right. Good night,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank